Hey everyone, so if you've ever looked at the world of AI models and just felt completely lost, you're definitely in the right place. Today, we're going to break it all down and give you a simple, clear roadmap to find the perfect large language model for whatever you're trying to build.
You know that feeling, right? There are so many AI models out there, it can feel like you're standing in front of a giant wall of TVs and they're all blaring different shows at once. It's just overwhelming. But don't worry, our whole goal here is to hand you the remote control so you can cut through the noise and find the exact channel you need.
All right, first things first, before we can start picking and choosing, we need to build a solid foundation. I mean, you can't pick the right tool for a job if you don't even know what the tools are, right? So let's get on the same page. At its heart, a large language model, or LLM for short, is basically an AI that's been trained on a truly massive amount of text. So much text that it's become an expert in, well, human language. Think of it like a superpowered conversational partner that can write, summarize, translate, and even whip up some code, all based on what you tell it to do. Okay, so now we get what an LLM is. Let's zoom out and take a look at the entire landscape. And here's the most important thing to get your head around. Not all models are created equal. Not even close. They're built for totally different purposes, and understanding these different categories is really the first big step to making a smart choice. You can pretty much lump them into a few main buckets. First, you've got your general purpose models. These are like the Swiss Army knife of AI. They're pretty good at a lot of different things. Then you have specialized models, which are more like a surgeon's scalpel. They're precision engineered for one specific task, like writing code. You'll also see open source versus commercial models, and they come in all sorts of different sizes and speeds. And that size difference, it's a huge deal. A smaller, zippier model might be perfect for a real-time chatbot on your phone, while a gigantic, powerful model might need a whole server farm to run, which totally changes the cost and how you can even use it. And that brings us to the really fun part. How do you actually pick one? I want you to start thinking of yourself as a casting director. You're not just grabbing a product off the shelf here, you're holding auditions to find the absolute perfect actor for the specific role you need to fill in your project. And this right here, this is the golden rule. Seriously, if you remember just one thing from all this, make it this. Stop asking what's the single best AI model out there. That question's a trap. It'll lead you nowhere. The only question that actually matters is this one. What's the best model for my specific use case right now? It's all about you and what you need. So, how do you run these auditions? It's a super simple, repeatable loop. Step 1, test. You grab a few different models and give them the exact same task. Step 2, iterate. You tweak your instructions, maybe rephrase your prompt, and see if you can get better results. And finally, step 3, compare. You put all the outputs side by side and just see which one did the best job. This table here is basically your scorecard for the audition. As you're pitting Model A against Model B, you're really just judging them on 3 things. First, task performance. How well did it actually do the thing you asked it to? Second, speed. Did you get a response instantly, or was there a frustrating lag? And third, cost. Look, the most powerful model in the world isn't the right choice if it's way too slow or way too expensive for you. It's all about finding that perfect balance. Okay, we're in the home stretch. You've run your auditions, you've checked your scorecards, and you've chosen your star performer. So now what? Well, now it's time to put that model to work. Now, you're going to hear this term thrown around all the time, deployment. It sounds super technical, maybe a little intimidating, but the core idea is actually really simple. It's just the process of taking that AI out of the lab and making it available for real people to use. So what does that actually look like? It really just boils down to these 3 steps. First, you finalize your model choice. You lock it in. Second, you set up the infrastructure. Think of this like laying the pipes and the wiring so the AI can actually run smoothly. And finally, you integrate it, which is just a fancy way of saying you plug that AI into your app or your website so it can start doing its job for your users. So when you zoom out and look at the whole journey, it really follows this simple 3-stage roadmap. First, you explore the AI landscape to see what's out there. Then you compare your top candidates through that audition process to find the perfect fit. And finally, you deploy your chosen model to bring your whole project to life. Explore, compare, deploy. That's the whole game right there. And that's pretty much it. You now have a real framework for choosing and using the right AI model for literally any project. You've got the map, you know the steps, and honestly, the tools are more powerful and accessible than they have ever been. So the only question left to answer is, what are you going to build?